quickly put this thing on charge. Let's go and find the stream. It shouldn't be too far away. Typically with Twitch it loads up pretty quickly, so let's go and find it. That one, scroll down, that one. There it is there. And I can hear myself, so everything is working as it should be. So, stream's up, the chat's up, everything is good to go. So, hello and welcome everyone to round 9 of the AM1 Championship here on Contest of Speed. Another fairly special round of the championship, as we're at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Regarded by many as a perfect racetrack, Spa-Francorchamps is a 3.66 mile, 19 turn circuit that is naturally very punishing, but lends itself to tightly fought racing. The track is designed in such a way so then it rewards drivers who push right to the limit, who drive on the edge of grip and control. But as soon as you exceed that limit, the circuit will punish you. That point is fairly evident when you drive through certain sections of the circuit. Sections such as the high-speed left-hander of turn 10, Pujon, and its deadly inside curb, or the most infamous part of the circuit, turns 2, 3 and 4 that form the Eau Rouge Radion complex. In terms of overtaking, the best opportunities are with the assistance of DRS into La Source, turn 1, and coming into Les Combes, turn 5, coming off the Kemmel Straight. We may also see some overtaking into the bus stop chicane that completes the circuit. Spa, without a doubt, is one of the greatest and toughest tests for any driver in this season. So let's see who will claim top spot at this legendary racetrack. But first, a bit of news from the previous race in Monaco. I am proud to report that there wasn't a single steward's inquiry at all from the race at Monaco, which is a tad bit surprising considering the drama we had there. But as a result, Barma is still leading the championship on 132 points, but our race winner from Monaco, Passassin, has closed the gap to 6 points. He's on 126. Andy Wu is currently third on 83, so as of right now it's very clearly a two-horse race for the Drivers' Championship. Cameron is currently fourth place on 59 points, followed by Arba driving the AlphaTauri on 53. That's the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. In the Constructors, Mercedes are leading on 191, followed by Aston Martin on 177. Then McLaren in third on 115, so even in the Constructors it's looking like a two-horse race. It's then followed by Williams on 61, then Ferrari on 58. And I just noticed here in the table, AlphaTauri is shown with 65 points, but they're classified P6. That's very strange. They might have a little bit of a muck-up with the AM1 Constructors table there on the official website. And for the drivers on track, they'll be pretty thankful about this. It'll only be overcast for both qualifying and in the race, so we won't see any rain. So they'll be pretty happy for everybody on the racetrack. Spa is a tough enough place in the dry, let alone in the wet. It becomes an absolute nightmare in those conditions. But everything's out of the way now. We can now focus on the qualifying session itself. No one has set a time as of yet. I believe the first car that will set a time will be Electric Blade in the Haas. He's coming around turn 16, then into the famous Blanchiment curve. Absolutely flat out in the dry. Don't think it's flat in the wet. I think you can take it flat, but I reckon you need fairly tall wings to get as much downforce as you possibly can. Electric Blade crosses the line, There's a 43.8 Express. The Alpine behind, he invalidated, so his lap doesn't count. Arba jumps to the top now with a 43 flat. I imagine all of these guys are on the soft tyre. Oh no, a couple of them on the mediums. Two-spell Wizard in for Fader, the driver formerly known as Fenrique. Electric Blade has crashed out. Right on board with Wizard here. He's crashed at Radion. There he is there, so he's lost control coming up the hill and he's ended up into the barrier on the left-hand side of the circuit. Incredibly easy to do. The cars really do get unstable when going through the complex. Even in the dry, it is quite the nightmare. In the wet, it's even more so. Bersey coming up to the line. Does a 44 flat, goes 7th quickest. Currently, Cameron is at the top with a 42.3, followed by Passassin. He too has done a 42.3, but he's 600ths behind Cameron. Let's see here, Lopez. Oh dear, that's at La Source. Gets it going again, but he's got a completely missing front wing. It's a very, very long lap. Oh, here at Spa, he almost ended up into the barrier there. But he'll have plenty of time to get back in and try another lap. Now, the strategy around here is fairly simple. It's a soft-medium racetrack. The hard tyre is pretty much useless around here. So, I imagine a lot of drivers will qualify on the softs. I wouldn't be at all surprised during the race if we saw some drivers outside the top 10 decide to start on the medium compound tyre. Just imagine, though, that everybody will avoid the hard tyre. Tyre degradation is really not a problem, as Wingit invalidates that at Pujon. Very, very easy to do. You have to try and commit into the corner, but if you overcommit, you can do one of two things. You can understeer like Wingit did and run wide, getting you a warning and invalidation, or you spin out and you go into the barrier. It's an incredibly tricky circuit, Spa. It is a proper test for any driver. There's oh, hello, Aaron. So we'll have a 16 car field, and I think Breezy might be joining, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But the more the merrier. And he's coming through Pujon, then through turn 11. Then into turns 12 and 13. I like these corners a lot, this simple S section. It occasionally provides an overtaking opportunity, I find. If a driver can get a run out of turns 10 and 11, they may be able to go on the outside of turn 12. And if they can commit to the outside of turn 12, then they can pass on the inside on turn 13. I've done that a few times over my racing career, racing in Australian leagues. Into the bus stop chicane, big braking zone down to second gear, keeps it in second, comes onto the pitch straight. Andy will cross the line to set a 42.6, goes 4th quickest, just behind Barmer, our championship leader. Dream on a flying lap, heading towards Eau Rouge and Radion. See the speedo, 305 kilometers an hour, going through the complex, keeping it absolutely pinned. Opens DRS down the Camel Straight towards Les Combes, and Arba getting out of the way there. He's on a outlap through Les Combes, then into turn 7, down the hill towards turn 8. A tricky corner, as you can't see the apex to the corner as it's downhill, and there's also a slight bit of negative camber which pushes you away from the racing line. Coming out to No Name, keep an eye on that AstroTurf on the outside. If I go and watch Passassin or Cameron, I'll be able to show you why that's an important bit of AstroTurf. Through turns 12 and 13, 5th gear, nice and steady on the throttle, really nicely done. Excuse me. Into Stavilo, turn 14, then through 15. Be careful of that outside barrier there, as claimed many drivers. If you again, like Pujon, if you overcook it into turn 15 and you understeer wide, you're almost guaranteed to go into the barrier. And into the bus stop chicane that completes the lap. Second gear, gets it round nicely. Onto the pit straight, crosses the line. There's a 44.3. Nice little tour of the racetrack there. Now, Passassin has just started a flying lap. Now, I haven't seen anything in regards to the steward saying you can't do this, so we'll keep an eye on Passassin, and I want to point out something after No Name. There's a little trick you can do in this game, and it's a rather fascinating trick. Right on board. Come through Les Combes turns 5 and 6. Then into turn 7. Carrying fantastic speed through the chicane there. Nice wide entry into turn 8. Down to second gear to get the rotation. Short shifts to fourth on the exit to get the traction. Then watch this. Fascinating, isn't it? That you're all allowed to do this. That you can run on the AstroTurf on the outside of turn 9. It's really rather fascinating. And what it does, it allows you to open up No Name a little bit more, carry more speed through the corner, and then open up Pujon, the entry to Pujon. It's a fascinating trick, and I don't know how you can come up with something like that. It just shows you the intuition of some of the esports drivers, their ability to manipulate bits and pieces of the circuit. I hopefully will, Electric Blade. Hopefully you enjoy the race as well, as Passassin jumps to the top of the table with a 12 flat. I mean, it's unfortunate that you crashed out in qualifying, but I've done that many times around here. Especially at Eau Rouge and Radion. Such a tricky section. You can so easily get it wrong. Oh, that's right. I can play. Oh. Did I watch that right? Hang on. Stream, help me out here. Because I was too busy looking at chat. I'm pretty sure you just cut the whole circuit there. I'm pretty certain you're not allowed to do that. Anyway. Stewards might have a look at that. Oh, I forgot, Peyton, you had a quali ban. Thank you, Peyton. He did go through the grass. Yeah, I was certain I saw that, right? I was too busy looking at chat. Oh. Okay. Now, that'll be interesting to hear about after the race, I'm sure. Yeah, I forgot you had that quali ban. That does make a lot of sense. Because I was looking around in the stewards' reports to try and find something. I couldn't find anything, but yeah, that's right, you do too. But there could be worse tracks you have a quali ban at, Peyton. At least here at Spa, you can try and make some moves around here. It can be a bit of a DRS fest, though, which makes things a bit more difficult. But it could be worse. It could be like Monaco or Oh, actually, Singapore is not too bad. Could be Zandvoort. Suzuka is another tough one to try and pass. But yeah, at least it's here at Spa. Got yellow flags in the second sector. That's just a Williams, I want to say that dot is. I think it's a Williams. It's very difficult to tell. The Williams and the Alpine's dots are so similar in colour. Keep up the chatter in the chat, fellas. I hope you enjoy the race. Andy coming through the middle sector down towards Pujon. Needs to improve by 6/10 to get to pole position, and that's not how you improve by 6/10, unfortunately. A simple mistake, but we've all done it. Just understeering wide through that notorious left-hander. KD on an out lap, same with Arba. He's about to start a flying lap with just over 3.5 minutes left in the session. Comes onto the pit straight to begin his flying lap towards La Source. Keeps it in 7th gear, brings it down to 2nd. Back up through the gears, down the hill towards Eau Rouge and Radion. If he can improve by 2/10, he can take P5 away from KD. He is coming through the middle sector at the moment, KD. Down the Camel Straight towards Les Combes. Up by 1/10 of a second in the first sector. That's a healthy improvement, considering there's only 4 turns in the first sector. Down the hill towards turn 8. The middle sector, this is where you can find a bulk of time during qualifying. Through No Name. Doesn't use that esports line where you utilize the AstroTurf on the right. Through Pujon. Takes it fairly nicely, actually. Avoids that inside curb because it is incredibly deadly. Through turn 12, brings it down to 4th gear and up to 5th gear for turn 13. Into Stavelot, turn 14. Brings it back down to 4th gear. Great modulation of the throttle there. Purple apparently to the middle sector. Aaron getting out of the way. Thank you, Aaron. He's on a in-lap, I'm pretty sure. Coming through Blanchimont flat out at 312 kilometers per hour. On the brakes for the bus stop chicane. Brings it down to 3rd gear, down to 2nd. Keeps it in 2nd gear as Lopez has retired in the pit lane. His qualifying is over. Arba jumps up to 5th place. He does take it away from KD. Doing a 1 minute 42.694. KD coming out of turn 7, down the hill towards turn 8. The top 4 are getting ready to set their final flying lap, so we'll look at them in just a moment. Two Spell Wizard, a driver who I haven't seen before, currently P7, so he's doing a fairly nice job there, hanging around inside the top 10. Through turns 12 and 13, that's Arba getting out of the way of Aaron. It has to be Aaron. Though Aaron has come to almost a dead stop there at turn 6. As KD apparently goes purple to the middle sector. As Aaron retires on track. His car is still moving, so he's gone into the pause menu and retired. That is a bit of a no-no in qualifying. It's best that you keep control of your car, because the AI is stupid. Through the bus stop chicane comes KD to complete his flying lap. Up to the line, KD jumps back up to P5 with a 142.661, beating Arba by 0.03 of a second. Andy getting ready to set his final lap. Barmer coming through La Source. Cameron onto the Camel Straight. Where is Passassin? He's exiting Stavelot. He's improved by 1/10.5 in the middle sector. Heading through the mostly flat out final sector through turns 16 and 17. I say mostly flat out because of course we have the bus stop chicane. Slams on the brakes, brings it down to 2nd gear. Negotiates that pretty well. DRS open up to the line. Passassin does a 41.8. That is the target to beat. Cameron up by 26 thousandths of a second in the first sector. Needs to find a fair amount of time in this middle sector, and he's invalidated. His qualifying is over. There's an Alpine getting out of the way. That must be Express. Barmer, his session is over as well, and Andy has backed out of the lap. So the top 4, their qualifying is over already. Wizard coming back into the pits. Express not on a flying lap. Definitely not on a flying lap. Neither is Cam. He's 3.5 seconds down. And I think that is qualifying over. It's Passassin on pole position. He was the only driver at the end of qualifying who was able to set a lap time. The only driver in the 41s. That is quite the lap. He's got half a second, basically, to Cameron. Look at that, just under half a second. Then Barmer P3, Andy P4, KD P5, Arba P6, 2 Spell Wizard P7, Winger P8, Burzy 9th, Aaron Carey rounds out the top 10, and all of them will be starting on the soft tyre. Then we got Express, Cam, Electric Blade, who crashed out early on. Dream and Lopez wasn't able to set a competitive lap time, and of course Peyton with your qualifying ban that I completely forgot about. Well, we can move on to the race itself. Wolfie, you think Barmer's gonna get it? That's a fair old shout. He's won 2 races this season, if I recall correctly. And he's our current championship leader, so it stands to reason. Of course, Cameron and Passassin have shown fantastic pace in qualifying. They're going to be tough cookies to beat. Of course, Andy's starting at the front as well. KD is quite quick as well. Same with Arba. Two-Spell Wizard, bit of an unknown for me. I think this is the first time I've seen this guy race, so I'm not sure what he's going to be like. Wingert in P8, Burzy in 9th. Aaron rounding out the top 10. All of them are starting on the softs. Then we got Express, Cam, Electric Blade, Dream, Lopez and Peyton. They get a free choice of tyre. Now those drivers could start on the medium tyre, but there is a few pros and cons with starting on the medium tyre. If you start on the mediums, then you can keep up with the leaders and fully maximize your medium stint, then you can be in a fantastic position at the end of the race. But if you're not keeping up with the leaders and just losing time, and you're sort of stuck in no man's land, then you're going to be in a bit of trouble. So you need to have a lot of confidence in yourself to find the pace on the medium tyre, try and keep up with the leaders. Weirdly, the cars are bouncing about there on the red. Look at that. You know, during like a My Team career, you see your car bouncing about in the durability department, doing a stress test. Well, the cars are doing that right now. You can see on the left of screen. Right. Drivers will be fine-tuning their setups and deciding what kind of strategy to go with. I imagine a lot of them are thinking about doing a soft medium. Some thinking about doing a medium soft. And I think none of them are thinking about using the hard tyre. I'd just avoid it. Yes, of course, Monaco, Wolfie, with Andy Wu. It was rather odd to watch, but, you know. With Andy putting up one hell of a fight with Barmer and sort of just letting Passassin and, who was it, Arba through with ease. It was rather odd, but, you know, that you get that. He's done, according to the rules, he's done absolutely nothing wrong by doing that. So, no harm, no foul. Just hard racing between two drivers. Right. Let's have a look at who's starting on what tyre. Fairly interesting. So, obviously, top 10. Starting... Wait a minute. I thought I saw this, right? What are you up to, Cameron? You're a long way behind where you should be. Okay. So yeah, top 10 starting on the soft tyre. First driver outside the top 10 is Express, starting on the mediums, then Cam on the soft tyre, Electric Blade on the mediums, Dream starting on the soft tyre. Then we got Lopez and Peyton starting on the mediums. Be very interesting to see how this all pans out in regards to strategy. We shouldn't see any wet weather conditions, but this is a Codemasters F1 game, so who knows. There's the predicted tyre stop strategy. So pit window is lap 8 to 10 for the soft runners right now. So I'm pretty sure Lopez was off the circuit there. So expect the medium runners in about lap 12 or so. Tell you what, we could probably get rid of the tyre graphic and the interval graphic for the start. There we are. That way we can get as much viewing space as possible. Anyway, everybody, sit back, relax, and enjoy what will hopefully be a very nice race here at Spa. It can be a bit of a mixed bag here. Sometimes the races are incredible, but sometimes the races are incredibly boring. Such is the nature of Formula One. You get that. We'll just be waiting on Cameron, who is ghosting his way through the field, to line up into his grid slot, and we can get this race underway. A healthy field of 16 cars lined up, ready to race here. We have 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Passassin converts well off the line. A bit of scrambling going on at the back of the field. They make their way through La Source for the first time in race conditions. Everybody's getting through relatively okay. There's very little engine noise. There it is, as they power their way down towards Eau Rouge. KD just getting out in front of Arbar there as the field goes single file through the notorious complex. Down onto the Kemmel Straight now. Cameron Passassin battling for the lead, heading towards Les Combes. Oh, that's tight, but Cameron gets out in front. Just. But Passassin is not letting him go. He's staying right on the gearbox of the Mercedes. He's actually drawn alongside. They're side by side through turn 8. They're going to be side by side into turn 9 as well. Respectful racing so far, down towards Pouon. Passassin lets Cameron go for now. You don't want to go side by side through Pouon. It's a death sentence really if you go side by side through there. Coming through turns 12 and 13 now. Good to see the fielders behaving themselves. On the first lap, I spoke too soon. Someone spun. It's Aaron. He has spun out. At turn 13, he's dropped to 16th. Cameron's still leading the way. Passassin's still in hot pursuit. But they're building a margin to Andy in third place. Into the bus stop for the first time. So other than Aaron's spin at turn 13, it's been a clean lap for everybody. Which is good to see. You don't want to see any drivers retiring on the very first lap after working hard in qualifying. Through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Passassin is applying pressure. He's in the slipstream. Cameron puts the car in the middle of the road. Passassin goes to the outside. Heading towards turn 5. Cameron keeps the lead for now. Down the hill towards turn 8. Oh, a bit wide there for Andy. As Barmer is putting him under a lot of pressure. In fact, he's going for a move. They're side by side. Coming through No Name. Andy gets out in front. Down towards Pouon. They might be side by side through here. No. But Barmer tries to get the switch back. He was unable to get it. But a nice tussle here for third place. KD and Arbar are in this as well. They're not too far behind. They can capitalise on any mistake. Really tight stuff at the moment. Good to watch. Two leaders now really starting to pull away. Out in front. Through the bus stop chicane once again. Onto the pit straight. They start lap 3 and DRS is now enabled. This will really spice things up, particularly between the two leaders. Let's see. Passassin should be able to get by here. DRS is ridiculous at Spa. In the slipstream, Cameron defends. Assassin will stay on the racing line. Oh, that's close. That's very close. Under brakes there. Oh, and a bit wide, a tad bit wide at turn 7. But Assassin keeps it on the black stuff. That's the important thing. There's that unique racing line that you can use. Very interesting to watch. Okay, we'll bring up the intervals. Through Stavilo. This completes the second sector. Cameron is still keeping up. Yeah, unfortunately, Lauda, what is it? The TAS system won't be available for this race, I think. The man who usually operates it is Bodhod, and he isn't here for today's race. But the pole man was Passassin. He did a 141.8. Can't remember the 100th or the 1000th. But it was a 141.8. He did it right at the end of the session. Down the hill towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Can Cameron reply to Passassin? Passassin just powered past on the previous lap. Can Cameron do the same using DRS down the Camel Straight? Towards Lake Como, looks to the inside. They're side by side through turn 5 into turn 6. Passassin keeps the nose in front. Oh, and Andy and Barma are now right on the back of this as well, because of the squabbling between the top two. That's alright, Lauda. Gap has increased to almost 6/10 as they go through Puon. Andy and Barma have to deal with the dirty air coming from the cars in front. It won't feel nice through the high-speed left-hander. But amazingly, the top 6 are all within a second of each other. So it's still incredibly tight. And I do want to look elsewhere, but because of the tight racing at the front, I can't keep my eyes off it. Sector 2 yellow flags. Express is out. He's crashed out at the exit of turn 13, losing control, ending up in the barrier on the left-hand side. An early safety car. This is about 4 laps early to the pit window, but I wouldn't be surprised if people came in. Yeah, people are going to come in. Oop, careful. One major gripe I have with Spa. It has the worst pit entry in the world, I reckon. Shocking pit entry. It's horrible. Set of medium tyres coming on. We can get rid of the interval, don't need that. Or Passassin's being held in the pits, and Cameron gets back out in front. Oh dear. Set of hard tyres going on Wingett's car. Same with Dream in P14. You really do have to take advantage of this safety car. And Payton has come to a stop. No, Payton, keep going. So with the green light on top of the safety car, you have to pass it. So, yeah, Lopez, pass it. Yep, pass it. So if there's a green light on top of the safety car, pass it. That's what that green light means. When that green light starts flashing yellow, that means you have to stay behind it. Oh, it's uh-oh. Payton's out. Oh my goodness, he's crashed out. There he is there. He's lost control and he's ended up in the barrier on the left-hand side of the circuit. Oh dear. Just lost it, Payton. Oh no. Don't worry, you won't be the first driver, and you certainly won't be the last driver to do something like that. Tyres were low on temperature. Yeah, fair enough. I suppose when you waited up for the safety car, the tyre temps dropped. Same with the safety car period in general, the tyre temps would have dropped. So, yeah. Tyre temperatures are incredibly important in this game. If you don't keep them within a optimal window, they become completely useless. So if they're too cold, they're too hot, yeah, they're completely useless. You need to keep them within that window. Something I noticed a lot during my team, especially when you got an upgraded car, tyre temperatures become incredibly important. You need to manage them constantly. That's one of the advantages racing with cockpit cam, is that your steering wheel and its MFD screen, it has the tyre temperatures up constantly. And in my team, I use cockpit mode because I wanted to do a challenge, but that's one of the things I notice, is that it comes up with the tyre temperatures all the time. So you can monitor them constantly. Whereas if you use any other view, you have to use the MFD, and you have to cycle through the different MFD screens. So it makes it really, really difficult to manage tyre temps. But yeah. So a lesson for all the drivers who compete in league racing. Tyre temperature is really, really important. Don't keep them in the window. They are dead set useless. Yeah. So, we'll do 2 laps on the safety car. And we'll get back going again. Lopez is the only driver who didn't pit. It's one of the few gripes starting on the medium tyre, is that if a safety car does come out early like it's done here, you're sort of backed up against the wall. You either pit for hard tyres, which on many racetracks are pretty useless, or you stay out, but now you're a pit stop behind everybody. So if you do a medium soft race, you're basically gambling on the fact that there won't be a safety car early. And I'd be very careful, Lopez. I wouldn't want to drive that close to the Mercedes safety car, because that thing is indestructible in this game, and if you touch it, you're going to receive all the damage. Yeah. Alright, we'll do one more lap on the safety car. Another small gripe with the circuit, because of how big it is. Safety car periods go on forever. Safety car periods do be long. But the race itself is quite short due to the high-speed nature of the circuit. 22 laps tend to fly around here. Be one of the few racetracks that I'll be open to doing 100% race around, just because of how quick it would be. Rightio. Tell you what, I'll have a look at... No one's got penalties, obviously. Everyone's stopped. Some drivers have done 2 stops. Electric Blade, 2-spell Wizard. That's actually something Lopez probably should have done, because he'd have 2 sets of mediums. Well, everybody would have 2 sets of mediums. What you could have done, instead of staying out on the hard tyre, you could come in on the mediums, pit for soft tyres, do 1 lap, then pit again, and you can go back onto the medium tyre. And you completed your 2 compound requirement. You lose a fair amount of track position, but you're not at a disadvantage in terms of tyre compound. And if you've got enough confidence in yourself to try and push your way through the field, then it may be a sort of ideal scenario for you, rather than staying out on the hard tyre and be at a disadvantage. Position change, obviously Lopez has skyrocketed because he hasn't stopped yet. But a few other drivers have shuffled as well. Wingett up a position, Barmer down 5, so he's lost heaps with the safety car coming out. Cam up 3, Bursey down 1. Dream up 3. Electric Blade up 1. 2 Spell Wizard down 6. Same with Aaron in... Oh, sorry. Aaron down 4 in P14. Not down 6. I can't read. Safety car in this lap. So, get rid of that. The virtual burn Maylander takes off. He'll go back into his resting place at the pit lane. Ooh, a bit of a jump there. Ooh, a bit more of it's not nice. Well, Lopez is getting ready, but he's going to catch up to the safety car. Hang on a minute. Don't, be careful, Lopez. Don't want to pass the safety car. Nice and steady, he does it. Field backs up and he spins out! Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, don't, careful. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. His tyres were too cold, he pushed too hard and he spun out. Oh. I saw a friend of mine do a similar thing, but before the bus stop chicane. Not after it. Oh dear. Lopez falls to 14th. Cameron is our race leader, followed by Passassin and Andy. KD applying a fair bit of pressure here to the McLaren. He's right on the back. But he now drops away just a little bit. But other than Lopez's spin, been a fairly controlled restart, which is good to see. Down towards Pouon. Midfield making their way through. Bit of a gap forming between Cam and Wingett as they head through turn 12. Sector 2 yellow flags. Lopez has crashed out. He's crashed out at turn 11. Oh dear, he becomes retirement number 3. Probably losing the car Jiv Nazi style and ending up in the barrier is my educated guess. Is he doing his best to keep up to try and pass? He looks down the inside. A big send. They're side by side. Through the final turn. Or a bit wide there, pushing and shoving. Oh, and it's now 3 wide down the pit straight. Electric Blade gets involved. Into La Source. Bursey goes deep. Contact between the Williams and the Haas. And here comes 2 Smell Wizard. He's got traction out of the first turn. He now overtakes Cam. Oh, into Eau Rouge. This is tight. They're both in the barrier. They lock wheels and they go into the barrier. Another 2 gone. We're down to 11 cars and a safety car has been deployed. Oh dear. That's why you don't want to go side by side through there. It gets real nasty. And the 2 drivers just lock wheels and they guide each other into the barrier. Oh no. Well, there we are. Down to 11. I mean, I expected retirement, so I didn't expect 5 this early. Right. I don't think anyone would pit. I think everyone who's out there has got fresh tyres. Yep. Maybe Wingett and maybe Dream, they might pit onto a set of mediums, so they're on the same tyre as everybody else. And it's not like they're going to lose out a great deal, especially Dream. So... was a spectacular crash, JM. Oh. Yeah, you... Around a circuit like this, there has to be a little bit of give and take when it comes to an overtake. You know, when you see drivers go side by side into Pouon as Wingett goes into the pits, Electric Blade goes in as well. So does Aaron. Dream stays out. But yeah, you know. Hooked like a fish, yeah. And they both just went into the barrier. Electric Blade has gone onto the soft tyre. I like that decision because it's aggressive. And if he can make that work, he'll be in a great place towards the end. I mean, with only 11 cars, effectively everybody will score points. And who knows, we might see another retirement that will shorten up the field again. Yeah, there needs to be a little bit of give and take around this sort of racetrack. There are just certain sections that you really can't go side by side through, and Eau Rouge is definitely one of them. Pouhon is another. Blanchimont can be quite tough to go side by side through. And if you are side by side, you and the driver you're battling, you need to show... Cameron? What are you doing? He just destroyed an innocent... He's destroyed another one. Rightio, so he's just out there breaking poor little innocent Pirelli boards around the circuit. Rest in peace, Pirelli boards. But yeah, when you're battling someone through sections like Pouhon, like Eau Rouge, you and the driver you're battling, you need to give each other space, you need to show a lot of respect, and you need a lot of skill, because you're going to be compromised all the way through the section. And if you make the slightest misjudgment, you and your competitor are going to end up in the barrier just like Cam and Two-Spell. So it's very, very unfortunate that something like that happened, but this is the nature of the circuit. A name change? Don't think so. Well, I noticed TTG Passassin, that's a new name, I suppose. Because he used to be Ecos Passassin, wasn't he? I mean, yeah. That's alright, Cam. But we'll see what the stewards think about the events that took place. What they come up with. Right, yeah. We've all made mistakes, yeah. We all screwed up at one point or another. Best thing we can do is just learn from it and move on. So. But this should be the final lap on the safety car. And we can get moving again. Well, that's good that you and Wizard talked about what happened. Better to talk about it than let it simmer. Because it can become a lot worse if you let it simmer. That's good to hear about. But I think with the current scenario, with the laps remaining, with the cars left, looking at who's on what tyre, I think everybody's just going to send it from here to the flag. Of course, if we have a safety car in between, then yeah, we'll have a break. But this is pretty much it. This is the race to the checkered flag now. Safety car in this lap, so Cameron will control the field. Think Andy's going to win. Fair enough, P3 at the moment. And if he can keep up with the leaders who've been... There's a lot of things that can happen here at Spa. Oh, it's another lag spike. Dear oh dear. Ugh. That's not good. Cameron takes off with Passassin in hot pursuit. They begin lap 12 of 22 here at Spa. We have got 11 laps to go through turn 1. Now, Assassin won't have any DRS just yet. This is the opportunity for Cameron to try and pull away. We've seen how quick Assassin is. In qualifying, he set an absolutely magnificent lap time. Down the Kemmel straight. KD right behind Andy. Will he go for a move here? He looks to the inside. Into turn 5 we go. He backs out last second. Doesn't commit to the move. Obama and Arba right behind as well. Close together in P5 and 6. Bit of a gap between Barmer and his teammate Burzy, and another gap between Burzy and Electric Blade, who's on the soft tyre. Might be able to close in on Burzy. Try and pass and make full use of that soft tyre. Through Puhon. Keeping it well within the white lines there. Really important that you do that. You don't want to start getting warnings and then getting time penalties because of them. They can be incredibly costly. Especially in a race where you see a lot of safety cars. Penalties play a massive factor in those kinds of races. Out in front though, my goodness. Look at these two. They've pulled away. They've been very, very fast. Now these two had quite the spectacular accident at Zandvoort a few weeks ago, coming together before turn 7. Hopefully we won't see that again. It's not the first time these two have squabbled it out for the lead. It should be fairly entertaining to watch. Just behind though, KD applying pressure to Andy. Sitting in the slipstream, he pulls alongside. He's down properly down the inside. Down towards turn 8. Oh, Obama. I thought he was going to send it there. He certainly looked like he was very, very close to the McLaren. But he backed out last second. Just sits in behind, waiting. Through Puhon. Keeping it within the white lines. Driver's behaving. And that's Electric Blade out of the race. Where is he? Can't see him. And a virtual safety car has been deployed. So not a proper safety car. But judging by his... Oh, it's evolved. It's evolved into a proper safety car. Interesting. Now, drivers might be able to do something cheeky here by pitting onto the soft tyre. I wouldn't be at all surprised if a few drivers were thinking that. My guess is he's lost it on the inside curb and spun into the inside barrier. I don't think I need to put that gap up, Joker. With the safety car out, everybody is going to bunch up again. And as I thought, a few drivers coming in for soft tyres. I had a feeling people would do this. Soft tyres for Andy. Oh, a double stack for AlphaTauri. Not that it matters too much, because there's only 10 drivers left, so you're not going to lose much. This is going to spice things up a lot. A lot. Because more than half the field is now on soft tyres. Oh. Electric Blade has left the session, fair enough. I can only assume that's what happened to him. He perhaps hit the inside curb at turn 10, lost control and ended up on the inside barrier, because looking at his dot on the mini-map, his dot was in the middle of the circuit. So, that's my only guess on what happened to him. Maybe he and somebody else went side by side. You know, when you get front wheels, side pod contact, spins the car out. That might be another thing that could have happened. I'm not sure. Bursey, mate. No need to push. He's just got himself a warning. He's now got 3 seconds. Definitely don't want to be doing that. That'll hurt him quite a bit. So we're going to do 2 laps on the safety car. We're going to go back on the green flag racing at lap 16, I want to say. Top 4 on the mediums. Cameron, Passassin, KD, Barmer. They're all on the medium tyre. They're on 8-lap old medium tyres. Everyone else behind is on fresh softs. As Cameron destroys the Aramco sign there. Pretty sure that was Cameron. Or was that Barmer? No, it was definitely Cameron. I just looked at it then. Just caught the stream at that exact moment. It was definitely Cameron. Mine got all muddled up. Wonder if those pit boards would actually display any useful information to the drivers, because it's not like they need to know the gap to the car behind or the gap to the car in front under safety car. I'm pretty sure they know that the car behind is right on their gearbox. I'm pretty sure they know the gap to the car in front as well. Tiswell Wizard has left the session. Hey, that's not nice when the game does that. Right, yeah. How is this going to pan out? We know how quick Cameron and Passassin have been. Every time we go on the green flag racing, they just pull away. But now they're on the back foot. I'm well aware it was asked before the safety car. But no point having it now. Right. How is this going to pan out? I honestly have no idea. Cameron and Passassin have been quick. They're on old tyres. Andy's on fresh tyres. But he's in P5. I don't know. Get rid of that. Probably we don't need that now. We know everyone from P5 downwards, they're all on the soft tyre. P4 upwards, they're on mediums. We'll have 7 laps to sort this all out. Laps 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Who will come out on top here at Spa? I think Cameron has already bolted. He's caught Passassin napping. They go through the bus stop chicane. Cameron will begin lap 16 of 22 here at Spa. Passassin, he needs to try and catch back up. Down towards Eau Rouge and Radillon once again. The field bunch up. The drivers need to be careful. Being careful. Coming through the section onto the Kemmel Straight. Barmer's on the back of KD closing in. He'll have he'll have the slipstream. And Battery looks down the inside. They're side by side. Barmer backs out. Tries to get the switchback. Can't find the switchback. Down towards turn 8. He looks to the inside. He draws alongside. They're side by side through turn 8. Then towards 9, they make contact at the exit of turn 8. Oh, and KD and Andy make contact. Down towards Pouon. Andy down the inside, jumps over the curb and spins out. So does Aaron. Oh, that was clumsy, I think, from Andy. You shouldn't have done that. You know full well if you jump over that curb, your car will spin out. It would have been better to just back off, let KD have the position, and then try and battle him elsewhere. Oh dear, oh dear. And Aaron, he spun out as well, so they're down in 9th and 10th, a long, long way behind now. Leading soft runner is Arba. P5. Through Blanchimont. That was hair-raising. My goodness. Onto the pit straight. Leaders begin lap 17. Passassin sets fastest lap. Arba looking down the inside into La Source. They're side by side through the hairpin. And Arba gets out in front. Only just so. KD is fighting back. They might go side by side here. No, KD rather wisely backs out. Steps behind the AlphaTauri. Oh, KD wide. Very wide there. And here comes Wingett in the Ferrari. Down the Kemmel Straight we go. Oh, this is tight stuff between these three. Very tight. Through turn 7, then down the hill towards 8. See, Passassin's already increased his margin to 1.7 seconds. It's looking more and more like a 2-horse race once again. Through Pujon. Wingett won't be able to do much here. It's not close enough to try and make an overtake into any of these turns, I reckon. Dream Bursey right behind. Andy's 4.5 seconds behind Bursey. Meanwhile, out in front, Cameron and Passassin. Separated by 0.4 of a second to go through the bus stop chicane. DRS should be enabled this lap. This will spice up the battle between these two. Same with the battle for P3. There's Arba and Barber. KD isn't too far behind. Same with Wingett. Andy sets fastest lap, showing the pace that he had on the soft tyre. Assassin, he'll close in with DRS. I don't think he'll be able to overtake. No, he won't be able to overtake. Not that far back. Same with Barmer. Wingett getting by KD. Through into P5 goes the Ferrari. He's trying to hunt down Arba and Barmer in front. Arba applying pressure here down towards Pujon. Keeping it well within the white lines. You don't want to get a penalty now and ruin all the hard work that you've put into this. Through Stabilo. Gap is 0.5 second. Same with the top two. They're separated by 0.5 second. Dream on the back of KD. Same with Bursey as they go towards the bus stop chicane. Is there a big send coming? Oh, there is! And contact! KD's been punted. Bursey can really capitalise from this. KD gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. He'll get that removed easily. He was shafted there by Dream right into the back of him at the bus stop chicane. Just completely outbroke himself there. Now, I don't think Passassin will be able to overtake Cameron, but I think Arba is going to pass Barmer here for P3 with absolute ease. There's not much our championship leader can do. Arba goes into 3rd place. KD under assault here from Bursey. He felt the wrath of the main Red Bull car, did KD. He's about to feel the wrath of the sister Red Bull car now. Those medium tyres won't feel too bad, but those soft tyres will feel that much better. Bersey hanging on, staying within half a second. But now starting to pull away. The gap has increased to 0.7 of a second. He'll be trying to close in on the top two if he can. Keep an eye on that interval. It's 2 seconds right now. He needs to close within 1. With a few laps to go, then he might be able to challenge for the lead. It's now 1.8. He is closing in. Assassin hasn't made any great inroads on Cameron as we have 3 laps to go. The gap has stayed at about 0.6, half a second. The Assassin's got a bit of a run. Through Eau Rouge and Radion, the gap increases again to 0.6. Arba closes to 1.6 seconds behind Assassin. He's found another 10th. Needs to keep chipping away. Andy and Aaron battling for position. That's for P8. Andy getting by into Les Combes. Oh, Bersey. I reckon he was trying to have a go there. KD's a bit wide at turn 8. Bersey closes in. Not by enough though. Can he get a run here? He's using his overtake. He's closing in into turn 12. He looks, he dives. Oh, and he makes a little bit of contact. Not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, that was very, very close. Through turn 15. Heading towards Blanchimont. KD pulling away. Doesn't have a great deal of battery left compared to Bersey, who's got half of his battery life left. So Bersey's done a great job. You can see the flashing light there, signaling to Bersey that KD is low on battery. Tell you what, I reckon Assassin might have a go now. He's a bit closer than what he was on the previous lap. Arba hasn't been able to close in. The gap has stayed at about 1.7 seconds. Such is the pace of the two drivers out in front. Assassin should get this. Actually, he's not even using his DRS. He's doing this deliberately. He is 100% doing this deliberately. What he's trying to do is pass Cameron on the very last lap. So then he doesn't give Cameron any opportunity to fight back. It's a strategic ploy. We'll see if it works, and we'll see how Cameron responds. Not using that esports line there. Cameron a bit wide there. I think he missed the apex just a little bit at Pouon, but he gets around with superb speed. Arba closes to 1.4 seconds, but I think his chance for a win is basically over unless these two have a massive scrap. Cameron pushing as hard as he can. But you can see how much battery Assassin has got. We'll bring up the telemetry. He's got 87%. He hasn't used any when the safety car went back into the pits. He's got all the battery he needs, but Cameron has got a fair bit as well. He's got 50-odd%. So he's on top of things as well. He'll have enough. Cameron will have enough battery to try and fight this. Dream has made a mistake at turn 15. But Cameron has made a mistake as well at turn 1, running wide. Gap is 3.5 of a second. They go through Eau Rouge and Radion for the final time. Assassin will use DRS this time around. What can Cameron do? Down the Camel Straight we go. Possassin looks to the outside. Cameron, can he fight back? He can't. Possassin is into the lead. Wingett has lost 2 positions there with no DRS. He's overtaken by both KD and Bursey, who are scrapping themselves. Oh, and contact between Bursey and Wingett. Bursey is forced off the road, but fortunately doesn't go into the gravel trap. Here comes Andy down the inside to capitalise on this as well. Into P7 goes the McLaren. What about Aaron? Round the outside at No Name. No, he can't make it stick there, but he's right on the back of Bursey's car as they head towards Puon. Can't do anything. Oh, he spins as Cameron gets a 3-second time penalty. His charge for win is over. He runs wide, very wide at Stavolo. Gap has increased to 6/10. But a smart tactical ploy there from Possassin not to use DRS on the penultimate lap, to stay behind Cameron and then overtake on the very last lap. These two have been basically the class of the field. They'll finish 1-2 with Possassin taking the win here at Spa. Arba will jump up to second place. Only just so, by a 10th.5 due to Cameron's 3-second time penalty. Barmer will finish in 4th place with Wingett in 5th. Bursey P6, KD in 7th, though that might be changed with the removal of a 10-second time penalty. Andy in P8, Aaron in P9. Then we'll be waiting on Dream to cross our line. Our final finisher in P10. Well, there we are. Fairly dramatic lap there at the end of the race. A nice one to watch. And there we are. Driver of the day given to Dream. We'll see his performance in the final results screen. But first, the podium celebrations. It's another win for Possassin. A fine drive here at Spa. Claiming pole position. The win. I'm not sure if he claimed fastest lap. I think Andy got fastest lap, if I recall. Arba finishing P2 due to Cameron getting a 3-second time penalty on the final lap. And it was actually Aaron who got fastest lap. Look at that, 1 minute 44.634. So he'll score that extra point. And there we go. Congratulations again to the top 3. Congratulations again to Possassin with another victory. Barmer finishing in 4th place with Wingett in P5. Bursey P6. KD in 7th. Andy in 8th. Aaron in 9th. And Dream coming up from 14th to 10th is given driver of the day. Though Arba made the same amount of positions. Went from P6 to P2. Oh well. There you go. Dream is the driver. Given driver of the day. There you go. And 6 retirements over the course of this one. Electric Blade, Cam, Wizard, Lopez, Peyton, and Express. All of them crashing out of the race. That was certainly quite nice. I enjoyed that. As I typically enjoy Spa. Good racetrack. Great racetrack. Certainly there was added drama because of the safety car periods we had. But still. Very nice. But I think with everything finally over, can wrap up the stream, I think. Tune in next week as the AM1 Championship will start up again. But, yeah. I think we'll wrap everything up for today. I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you all so much for watching. And we'll see you for round 10 of the championship at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix, another prestigious racetrack. Though I imagine we won't see a great deal of racing at Suzuka. Very tough place to pass, but the qualifying, that should be something to watch. I hope to see you all there, but until then, it's goodbye.